In this presentation, we're going to upload bank transactions for our second month of operations, and we're going to be using a CSV file, which is basically kind of an Excel type file, a spreadsheet type file in order to do so. Let's get into it with Intuit's QuickBooks Online. Here we are in our Get Great Guitars file. We're going to go through a similar process as we did with the prior month, now entering the bank transactions for the next month, which for us is going to be April. Jumping over first to our bank statement, note this is going to be a similar process as we did for the month of March. Here's the bank statement, which is going to be showing the beginning balance, the detail, and then the ending balance. Then we have, it shows the beginning balance, the additions, the withdrawals, and then the ending balance. Then we have the detail down below with the deposits and the checks and other withdrawals, other decreases. Now, this information is going to mirror what we did in February on basically a full service based accrual system. So we use an accrual system here. In April, we're going to be doing more of a cash system, and we'll deviate from the cash system a little bit on the deposit side of things to think about how we might work in more of an accrual system to work in the use of deposit forms or the use of invoices, possibly tracking accounts receivable if we want to. And that kind of information on the deposit side. On the cash side, we're going to be continuing on with basically a cash basis system, not recording the transactions until, in essence, they clear the bank. Now, what we're going to do is take this information then, and we're going to be putting it in terms of bank transactions, similar to what we would get if we went to the bank and just downloaded the transactions for a particular period, or once input into the system, similar to what would be inputted into the system if we had the bank feeds set up and they were populated automatically. So we're going to take this file, this is a CSV file, and we're going to upload it. Remember, the CSV file you can basically manipulate in Excel or adjust or whatever you need to do, save it as, and then you can change the file name here from an Excel file to a CSV file. So here's the CSV file, and so that's how you can. That's kind of the similarity between those. It's basically a spreadsheet file here that we're going to be uploading. All right, so I'm going to close this out. We'll go through the same process. We're going to go to the banking on the left-hand side on the QuickBooks. Then we're going to go to the Find File Upload. So we're going to File Upload and go to the Upload file. So we then have get your info from the bank. So I'm going to go browse to pick this up. We're going to look for that CSV file. We want the one for April. So I got kind of a lot of them here now. Which one do I want here? There it is. This is the one. Bank data to upload April. That's the one I want. So we're going to take that. You can see that it's uploaded with this little gray text in there. There's the CSV file. Let's go ahead and say next. And we're going to be choosing the account we want it to go to, which will be our checking account. So we're going to put it into the checking account. That's the one we want. And then I'm going to say next. And we could line up the transactions. I want the dates to look like that. Looks like it got the transaction date. This is going to be the description. That looks right. And this one is going to be column 2 for the amount. So we just basically have those 3 columns and just make sure that they line up. We only have the 3 columns. That's what QuickBooks is going to use. We will be using positive and negative numbers in the same column. Most of the transaction reports that I have seen from downloading from the bank are in that format. In other words, deposits being positive, anything going out, checks and other decreases being negative. So we're going to say that. We're going to go next. And we can take a look at our transactions. We have the deposits here. We have everything going out here. And we have our description. That looks good. Dates look good. Everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and say next. And it's going to upload 17 transactions using these fields. We're going to say that's what we want. So go ahead and do that, please. And then we get the next step. Accept your transactions. You're in control of how your bank goes to QuickBooks. Transactions only show up in your books after you review and accept them. All right, let's go. And once again, we're going to have these transactions that are going to be in this field, not yet input into the banking system. So remember, they're in this kind of holding field until we actually accept them to populate in QuickBooks and be part of the reports. So just to consider that, remember that if we go to the reports down below and take a look at our report, which we probably should have done at the beginning here so that we would have had that tab open for us like we usually do, but I didn't do it this time. So we're going to go to the balance sheet. We're going to go up top, change the dates up top from January. Let's go all the way out to April now, 04/30/20. Run that report. And then if we look at our checking account, then and say, well, I just input a bunch of stuff for April. Is it there yet? No, it's not there because we didn't accept it. So it's in kind of limbo. It's in limbo area right now within QuickBooks and QuickBooks limbo until we go in and accept them, which we will do in a similar process as we did with the prior month in future presentations.